It was a reaffirmation of, yes, this can work, and it's not just single-threaded, and a phone call or email in and of itself is going to work. It's really having kind of multiple touch points, it's bringing it in, and kind of seeing that realization, having people tell me that, they recognize that, was refreshing, if not surprising.
My name is Deanne Poe, and I'm the Vice President of Demand Gen. We developed the strategy as a group. We came together, both sales and marketing leaders, after we had selected the accounts and contacts that we wanted to go after, to kind of determine how we're going to get in front of those contacts now. How are we going to engage with them and generate some interest in DiscoverOrg and our solution? It was determined early on that the marketing's role in this would be to create some air cover for sales. So basically creating some awareness, making sure that this audience knew who DiscoverOrg was and what we did and how we could help them. And then that would help then the sales side of the house that was doing some personalized and very specific outreach to kind of warm up those prospects. So we started with the retargeting ads and display ads because of course those are a quick way for us to generate some awareness, and we put together a series of ads that people would cycle through based on their engagement with the previous ad. With the direct mail piece of it, we again identified the key decision makers based on some engagement both on the marketing side and the sales side, and they were sent some sort of small gift initially to just again get in front of them, remain in front of them, and reinforce our brand's value proposition. Everything was really coordinated and strategically timed so that they were all building upon each other. We did run into some challenges implementing the strategy. These buyers were new to us, there was a new audience, and so not only were they not familiar with DiscoverOrg, but they also weren't familiar with what is sales intelligence. And so we shifted our strategy away from how to market and sell better to HR buyers to just educating them around the value of sales intelligence. And one effective way that we found to doing that was leveraging Facebook advertising, where we could target by company name, first name, last name, and email address to be able to get in front of the right people. And so if we're doing our job well, then the sales team is experiencing really better open rates, better responses, and more meetings set because we've laid the foundation to establish DiscoverOrg as a leading solution in the sales intelligence space.
My name is Chris Sharp, and I'm an SDR. So the first thing we did was identify 50 or so good fit companies that would be an ideal prospect for our HR data set. These are companies not too big, so I'd say between 100 and 500 employees, and they preferably sold technology products, so an HRIS system or an applicant tracking system. We based our outreach based on persona, so we had personas for heads of sales, head of marketing, biz dev, demand generation, sales ops, and inside sales, and then we also had one for the SDR role. Each one of those buying personas had about 8 to 10 emails per sequence. For call cadence, I based that on engagement in our marketing automation tool. If I had seen multiple opens on an email, I would know that that person is really interested and they deserve more calls than someone who hadn't opened the emails. I decided where to start based on job title, so a head of sales is going to get more calls than an SDR. That would be a better place to start. The higher up in the org chart someone is, the closer they are to a decision maker. If I were to do anything different for this project, I would probably send out more trigger alerts. A trigger alert just notifies our clients about projects at other companies that'll fall into their wheelhouse. So company XYZ has expressed interest in investing in a new ATS tool. I would send that trigger, and then I would send the decision maker's place in that org chart. It'll have the direct dial phone number, verified email address. This is like actionable data, actionable leads that I can provide a prospect. They really respond to that.
My name is Nina Wooten, and I'm the Senior Manager of Outbound Demand Gen at DiscoverOrg.
About a month into these ABE initiatives, we decided to shift our focus away from just general awareness for DiscoverOrg and started focusing on the HR Tech event.
We chose HR Tech after researching our target accounts and realizing that most of them were HR technology providers, and we found the conference that was related to HR technology, and so we wanted to capitalize on the opportunity to get in front of so many of our target accounts in one place. The format of the event was a dinner and a panel discussion, so we had 4 panelists. We loosely guided the questions in the beginning part of the event. It was moderated by Henry Schuck, our CEO, and the last part of the event was a question and answer to give our attendees the opportunity to interact directly with the panelists.
My name is Jake Schaffer, and I'm the Director of Sales Development here at DiscoverOrg. My approach to the HR panel event, a lot of it was just kind of networking. It was after the show itself, so I think, to a large extent, people wanted to unwind. From a sales perspective, I thought the panel went great. Everyone there, they're there for a reason, so those are individuals who are really easy to engage with and speak with. They clearly have a need, right? And I think the biggest implication for us was that they're thinking about doing things the right way. They recognize that, look, they're trying to be innovative in their approach and get in front of the decision makers, so they're open to learning new things.
The general feedback for the event was overwhelmingly positive. We provided post-event evaluation forms that we laid out on the tables for the guests. 86% of those who responded said that they were satisfied with the event and they would attend another event hosted by DiscoverOrg. And of those people, half of them responded that they would like direct follow-up from DiscoverOrg.
I think what surprised me, if anything, was not only was it just understanding our brand, but they were, referencing certain components of the outreach, whether it was a direct mail piece, whether it was, oh, I got like a really great email and a phone call from your SDR, whether it was, oh yeah, like I've seen you guys, around the web or what have you. I think it was a reaffirmation of, yes, this can work, and it's not just single-threaded, and a phone call or email in and of itself is going to work. It's really having kind of multiple touch points that's bringing it in, and kind of seeing that realization, having people tell me that they recognize that was refreshing, if not surprising.